The ghost of 2025 haunts ISRO once again. The debut flight of ISRO through PSLV has been shattered. The debut has been shattered because there was a deviation in the third stage of PSLV C62, which was the 64th launch of the PSLV. Now, talking about this issue, it is extremely important because our Earth observation satellite, which was known as Anvesha, has also been lost, along with more than 10 plus satellites, which were launched for different countries. Let's talk about it in detail, but let's keep our hopes intact because even if it is a failure, it does not mean that India will never succeed again. The problem lies with the third stage of PSLV, which is actually pretty interesting. Why? Because through its timeline, in the 64 numbers of flight it has undertaken, 5 were a failure. That means its performance record will not be considered as poor. However, this failure also occurred last year. The last year as well, we saw a failure of the third stage. What went wrong? It is being studied. But let's talk about the Anvesha satellite and also the other satellites that were on board. Why was this satellite, which was developed by DRDO, such a big deal? Let's talk about it. I know it hurts. Now, talking about this particular flight, it has been considered a failure. Why? Because during the third stage of separation, the PSLV deviated from the path. Deviated means it did not walk along the path which was mapped out for it by ISRO. Later on, the connection was lost. This connection was lost within 8 minutes of the launch. And all the satellites which were on board are lost. This is a big deal. We are trying to downplay it, but a problem it is. All the satellites on board were lost. We were trying to build connections with it, but the connection could not be established. And finally, ISRO gave an official statement saying that this mission has not gone the correct path because at the third stage of the flight, there was a deviation. If it was possible to make it as it was accordingly to ISRO, then at the fourth stage, the capsule would be carried back. That means it would be a re-entry job for PSLV. But now we cannot do it anymore. Moving on to what exactly happened, we will get into that, as in ISRO is continuously trying to ensure the failure committee is able to look into it, because last year also the same issue occurred. So what is the issue with the third stage will not be discussed today. However, we will talk about Anvesha because it was a crown jewel for DRDO. If it could have been placed 600 kilometers above the surface of the earth, nobody could have hidden from it. Why? Because it is able to see through various bands. So let's talk about Anvesha for a bit. Look at Anvesha. Anvesha has been developed by DRDO. It hurts me when I tell you that Anvesha is lost. We cannot find her because it was an Earth observation satellite. Anvesha was an Earth observation satellite. It has been developed by DRDO. Keep this in mind. And it would do hyperspectral imaging. Hyperspectral imaging. That means it would have been able to identify every color, which meant it could be very important for security reasons. It would be very important for material identification. And it would have been placed in the low Earth orbit. That means approximately 512 kilometers. That could be talked about as in 600 kilometers from the surface of the Earth. And in the low Earth orbit, we would have placed it in the sun synchronous orbit. Sun synchronous orbit. Not only Anvesha, but other satellites which belong to different countries such as Nepal, Germany, etc. were also lost. So we will look into that as well. See, this could have been the trajectory. This could have been the trajectory. The first 8 minutes went well. First 2 minutes, first two stages did their work absolutely amazingly. But when it came to ignition of the third stage, here it got lost. And this was not possible. This particular trajectory was not possible because it deviated from the path. So this is the first problem that we had. It was the first launch of 2026. This is something that I'm really, hurt about. First launch pad, Satish Dhawan Space Center from Sriharikota at 10:18 a.m. Indian Standard Time on 12th of January. Vehicle was PSLV DL, 4-stage rocket. That means this rocket that you see over here, it's a 4-stage rocket, PSLV. This means Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. Now, this particular flight of Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle was the 64th flight. And this failure is a back-to-back failure. Back-to-back means what? Back-to-back means last year also it failed. In the last launch also it failed at the third stage. This year also it failed in the third stage. Now please do not have a bad spot for PSLV. PSLV is known as the workhorse of ISRO. Not only it was very important for the Mangalyaan mission, for the not only for Mangalyaan but for Chandrayaan as well. So it has done its part absolutely amazingly. However, these recent failures have made us question if PSLV needs to get retired, if we need much better technology right now. This is a 4-stage rocket. It has 4 stages. And these stages include solid, liquid, solid, liquid. That means first stage is solid, second stage is liquid, third stage is solid, where it failed, and the fourth stage is liquid. So it is 4-staged. It's not like that it has a poor performance, but it has failed 5 times over 64 flights. That gives it a 93% success rate, which is not bad at all. In fact, in the year 2017, it was able to launch 104 satellites in one go. So we cannot say bad things about PSLV. We should love PSLV. However, we must ensure that this doesn't happen again. So 16 satellites had to be deployed. 400 kg hyperspectral Earth observation satellite Anvesha, which was actually, this was a primary payload. This was supposed to be put so that Pakistan and China could have been a little bit more careful about India. Strategic surveillance, agriculture and resource monitoring was the biggest issue, was the biggest takeaway for it. Now, apart from that, we have different satellites. More than 10 satellites were supposed to be there. For example, satellites Theos 2. Theos 2 had to be launched, which belonged to the UK. There were also Hyderabad-based startup satellites such as CGU-SAT and DSU-SAT. MIO-1 from India. From Dhruv Space, we also had Thibault. All these satellites are now nowhere to be found. IU-SAT, Sanskar-SAT, which belonged to India, of course. Orbital Temple from Brazil. This is also lost. Galaxy Explorer from Brazil. Brazil also had many satellites. UK had many satellites. So what happens that when satellites of different countries get lost, this also takes a toll on the image of India. Orbital Temple, it stores the name of 1400 plus people which continuously broadcasts a commemorative message from orbit. Apart from that, MOI-1, which is a Hyderabad startup-based satellite, AI laboratory in space with the world's lightest space telescope also had to be going there. Enables renting AI compute power for disaster analysis. IUL-SAT from Bengaluru demonstrate ISRO certified docking interface, space gas stations for refueling. It could have been used. Now, significance is a lot because PSLV's reliability after the 2025 setback had to be tested. but couldn't. It also would have strengthened India's position in the global small satellite launch market, showcased private sector participation and advanced space technology. Strong start to India's 2026, but wouldn't call it too well. Apart from that, talking about the PSLV C-62 mission, this was important. Remember, PSLV C-62 mission, this was. PSLV C-62. This has failed. In fact, C-61 also failed. So this is Anvesha satellite which we were talking about. Most of the things I've already told you, so there is no point in repeating it. It would have given different bandwidth of colors for us to see, detecting the color of any object on Earth and send its signal. Border activity, infrastructure, forest, all this could have been seen. For example, if I give you an example, look at the Muridke Air Base. When India was giving evidence on what damage it had done to Pakistan's air bases during press conferences, we were providing satellite imageries. And that is why it is very important to have a good satellite. Why? Because for strategic and evidentiary support. So this was the Muridke Air Base, which was taken by an Indian satellite sometime after Operation Sindoor. Apart from that, look at this picture. This picture is actually Arunachal Pradesh's border, which saw massive build-up after a period of time. That means Anvesha could have seen it perfectly. We need to keep eye on the borders, but our eyes are lost today. So developed, I have already told you, classified as a mini satellite. Orbit is low Earth orbit, designed to provide the Indian Armed Forces with advanced strategic surveillance. It had hyperspectral Earth observation systems, captures data across hundreds of narrow spectral bands for better resolution, and it is superior to RGB imaging, material identification, strategic and border surveillance, and defense as well. If for all it could have been used. Apart from that, talking about the other satellites, which could actually be compared to Anvesha. Let's talk about, not this one, let's talk about Chinese satellites, okay? Chinese satellites are important. So, Anvesha versus Chinese and Pakistani hyperspectral satellites. Talking about the exact specifications, these are of course not told to us, but reports indicate Anvesha is technologically superior to Pakistan's hyperspectral capability and more tactically focused than China's Gaofen 5, which is also a hyperspectral imaging satellite. It is designed specifically for defense and surveillance, unlike some foreign counterparts with broader civilian objectives. Pakistan's hyperspectral satellite, Anvesha, can detect objects up to 12 meters. So this is the resolution. Pakistan 30 to 100 meters. Anvesha could identify small vehicles and minor ground changes. This is also very important. HS doesn't have that capability. HS1 is also smaller. It has limited payload capacity. Anvesha was larger and heavier. Carries a more powerful hyperspectral remote sensing instrument, faster data processing. For military, it is purpose-built for border surveillance, and HS1 has limited defense application. Talking about China's Gaofen, Gaofen images large areas in one pass, but resolution is less than 30 meters. So ours in terms of resolution is 12 meters. That is better. Okay. Spectral capability, Anvesha captures data in 300 plus spectral bands. Gaofen 5 is heavier. Anvesha was lighter. Gaofen was launched on 9th of December 2021 from China. And why India needed Anvesha? Because India has a very challenging border with China. India has 3,488 kilometers of border with China, which China says that it is just 2,000 kilometers. Why? Because China says that Aksai Chin and Arunachal Pradesh are part of China itself, which is completely false in nature. So it tries to frictionize its relationship with India in terms of these, by building infrastructure, by building new towns and villages near the borders. So in order to keep an eye on China, it was needed. Ongoing tensions after Doklam and Galwan were the important reasons. Chinese infrastructure push has taken a lot of toll on India's understanding of its borders. 90 smart villages near Indian borders have been built. Villages are as close as 5 kilometers from LAC, and rapid troop mobilization via G219 and G695 roads. Apart from that, near LAC, there are strategic assets of China, such as Lhasa Nyingchi Railway and Nyingchi Airport. So that is why, in order to understand how China is working here, we needed that satellite. Grey zone warfare, infrastructure buildup is a grey zone warfare. It is not outrightly trying to come into your territory, but it is showing that it can come into your country. Requires continuous space-based monitoring so that we can know what is exactly going on. So this was very important, but alas, it has failed. No worries, we will try next time as well. So take this question for example. Consider the following statements about the PSLV 662 mission. Anvesha is a hyperspectral Earth observation satellite. Mission would place satellites into geostationary transfer orbit. The payload fairing was jettisoned after crossing the Kármán line. Okay, jettison means to throw away. So you have to tell me the correct answer in the comment section. Thank you so much for staying connected with us till the very end. Till then, bye-bye, take care.